Welcome to Alter. I'm your host, Nicole Meline. This podcast explores the practice of transformation, of growth, as a dance between hustle and flow, altering, changing, growing, becoming, and altering, offering, surrendering, opening to divine conspiracy. It's the dance of the leader, athlete, creator, entrepreneur, committed not just to optimal expression, but to exceptional being. So here are adventures in sweat and divine conspiracy. Awake to all the grit, dirt, and complexity of our world. Alert to the graces that come alongside the struggle, the hustle. Encouragement, an infusion of courage for the moments you need it most. I'm your host, Nicole Meline. Welcome to Alter. Hi, friends. What does joy mean to you? Let your body feel that question. Breathe with me into it. What does joy mean to you? I woke up this morning and started the core and yoga flow I've made a pact with myself to do before I get coffee. And my first move is a downward dog stretch. And suddenly I was overcome with wonder at the way my toes hinge. Stay with me. You know, a down dog or a plank, because your toes hinge the same way in both. It's mind-blowing. The little pads of your toes are facing down on the mat, and the base of your foot is at a 90-degree angle. Do it right now. Just hinge your toes onto your tippy toes. It'll be a nice stretch for your feet. I do a downward dog at least a few times a day. Sometimes if I'm doing a full altar practice, many times. And I never stop to think about how amazing it is that our toes can hinge this way, and we don't even feel it. Well, I feel it in my big toe sometimes, which has a touch of arthritis after years of distance running and hiking. But the miracle of how well that joint works, how tiny it is. You have probably 10 of them, and we don't even think about it. It's this pointer to all the ways that our body is working at an extraordinary high level without us even being aware. Take a deep breath. The miracle of how your lungs work, the intricate system of exchange, this noticing, this wonderment. This is joy. How about this thesis? Joy is a mode of being. It's a way you can choose to be in the world. It's a perspective. It's a lens. It's the initiation and the result of gratitude. It's that whoosh of feeling that, wow, it can be this good. It's this mind-blowingly well designed. This mysterious life can be this good. It walks hand in hand with gratitude. Joy is our rebellion against despair, injustice, and disappointment. It's sturdier than happiness and doesn't depend on happenstance. It's a chosen way of being rather than a passing feeling. It's the gift of gratitude. It walks alongside grief, inviting us forward, heartward. We wish it through tears and prayers this year, especially. Joy. Joy to the world. It's quite a thing to be approaching Christmas and Hanukkah, celebrations of light coming into darkness in improbable, humble ways. Celebrations of the divine infusing our humanity and our humanity infusing the divine. And all of it happening historically in the place of the world that's been fought over in the name of God ever since. Violence and bloodshed right now in the same hills where the angels sang, peace on earth, goodwill to men, in celebration of the birth of a baby born to overturn our systems of power and oppression. Let's not forget that even in that story, God is born into a world of violence and injustice. Mary and Joseph were colonized subjects to Roman rule, enforced by corrupt governors. They fled to Egypt because babies were being slaughtered by a king because of a rumor one of them had been born to displace him. The Hanukkah menorah was lit in the wake of a violent battle against political colonization. This is the thing about joy. It glimmers alongside the darkest moments. It whispers to us of a deeper truth that persists despite injustice and oppression. In even the most atrocious circumstance, our own horror and despair points to the goodness and justice we believe to be the foundation of life. As the poet Gerard Manley Hopkins called it, the force that through the green fuse drives the flower. Or as Aslan, the lion in the Chronicles of Narnia, put it, there is a deeper magic. The author of the Chronicles of Narnia, C.S. Lewis, wrote a kind of spiritual autobiography called Surprised by Joy, about his late in life fall into love with a woman named Joy, who died of cancer shortly after they were married. He equates the feeling of joy as evidence of God, a kind of whiff of perfume of the kingdom for which we're actually made, a rumor of where we actually come from that resonates so deeply within us because that deepest place in us knows that's who we are. He writes, all joy reminds. It is never a possession, always a desire for something longer ago or further away or still about to be. Joy is distinct not only from pleasure in general, but even from aesthetic pleasure. It must, he says, have the stab, the pain, the inconsolable longing. When our souls groan, this is not the way it's supposed to be. We're also affirming the way it's supposed to be. We're affirming joy as our birthright. Joy does not come from avoiding the pain of life. It comes from going all the way into it, going all the way into the mystery, the temporality, the grief that gives the bass notes for us to be able to feel, to fully savor the gifts. Joy can wrap its arms around the full spectrum of human experience. My mom, who passed away 7 years ago this time of year, gave me the middle name, Joy. And in that, she gave me an invitation, or maybe even a challenge, to live into that, to claim joy as my birthright, my name, as our birthright, and to teach from that journey. C.S. Lewis also writes in Surprised by Joy, shut your mouth, open your eyes and ears, take in what is there and give no thought to what might have been there or what is somewhere else. In other words, we find joy in dropping fully into the moment, savoring it, as we talked about in the last podcast episode. So you want joy? Lower the bar. Be right here and open your eyes to everything that is blooming in this moment. One of my favorite discoveries of this year has been the poet and gardener, Ross Gay, whose collection of tiny essays, The Book of Delights, will sing you back into joy. Or as he puts it at one point, will fill your heart with flamingos. This book, The Book of Delights, was the fruit of his own challenge to himself every day to write a little essay of his taking delight in something. So it was a challenge to take delight in something every day. And in it, he zooms in on so many little details and textures and layers of our everyday, ordinary existence we usually miss because we don't take the time to actually savor. And in the savoring is infinite delight and curiosity. His fabulously long and somehow too short poem, Catalog of Unabashed Gratitude, is essentially a list of wonders we have only to pause, to savor, to notice. So this is my addition to Ross's ongoing forever and ever catalog. Just some random wonders at the top of my mind this morning. Toe joints, snow, pufferfish, mini horses, the Northern Lights, Saturn, rockets, my little fairy wolf dog Everest snow angeling outside, colors, Christmas cactuses about to bloom for the 5th year in a row, the smell of a forest, fire, friendship, music, song. What in the world we can sing to each other, slippers, electricity, and because joy has no shame in repeating itself, toe joints. And let me add another miracle to my joy list. You. I could go on, and so could you, regardless of what is happening in your life and in the world today, or actually in a very deep and true way alongside of what is happening in the world today. Our reason to protest injustice, our reason to grow into peace. So what's yours? What's your catalog of gratitude? What are the lanterns you can lift up as an answer to darkness? This month in Alter Together, which is my digital studio and membership, we're exploring this theme of joy. Just as the days start to grow shortest and the night longest and the world especially dark, we're cultivating steady joy. I'm offering 4 really special live gatherings this month I'm so excited about. On-demand replays for all of them will be included. So whenever you're listening to this podcast, if it's after these offerings, you're welcome to the replays. First is the Integrate workshop on December 20th, a ceremony to integrate this past year, and the Envision 2024 workshop on December 27th to cast a vision for your bravest dreams for 2024. These are included in my course, Visionary Volume 1, Your Dream Year, which you can learn about and register for at nicolemeline.com/visionary. If you want to join either or both of these workshops on their own, you can scroll to the bottom of that page. Again, it's nicolemeline.com/visionary, and it's linked here in the show notes too. And a live altar practice on December 21st called Wonderful, as in full of wonder, for Alter Together members. The altar practice is a music-driven, yoga-inspired mat practice to build strength and ignite your spirit. You can learn more and join with a free trial at nicolemeline.com/altar. And lastly, I'm so excited to end the year with a free Altar Warrior ride called Joyride on December 28th to ignite your joy and build a bridge to the new year. Sign up at nicolemeline.com/joyride, or just click the link here in the show notes. I would love to hear what this podcast has stirred in you. So please rate and review it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and share it with a friend or on social media. Tag me at Nicole Meline and Alter Together so we can send up some smoke signals for like-hearted community as we alter together. This podcast episode is sponsored by Ritual Multivitamins. In all my research on nutrition for my own training and my course, HIIT, I've looked into a lot of vitamins and supplements and have very high standards. I love the quality of Ritual's ingredients, their smart subscription model, and their packaging, which is so beautiful. I actually love making Ritual vitamins a part of my sacred morning routine. Learn more and order at ritual.com/heartward and use code HEARTWARD, HEARTWARD, as in the direction of the heart, for 30% off your first order.